Hello everybody. Well, I found out this morning there was a bus crash and it says here, horror on the number 77 on the London Evening Standard. And that's quite a shock to see a bus that's crashed. Obviously it's a fight to free screaming passengers trapped on the top deck after the London bus driver blacks out and ploughs into shop. Yeah, that's quite scary. I don't want to be on that bus. You know, any bus, I know the last few years buses have been hitting trees and crashing into properties. I wonder why that is. Yeah, so you can see it's all over the newspaper. Obviously it says that 10 people are injured. I know there was a recent report about, I think it was 25 people had lost their lives. Is it over the last couple of years? To do with bus driver accidents. And is this ever going to stop? I'm just thinking of bus driver conditions. But obviously it's too early to speculate what went on in this particular thing. Obviously we'll find out in due course what really happened. I mean, I myself, right, I only work 5 days a week. If I told you I worked 5 days a week and I didn't tell you I was a bus driver, you'd think, okay. Right, if you work 5 days a week, you're working what, 9 till 5? That's not very stressful, is it? Well, obviously all jobs have their stresses, you know. It's normal, it's part of life. But I only work 5 days a week. It's probably a few times a year I work 6 days a week just to help out and maybe if I need a bit of extra money to pay the bills. But I'll tell you a bit about my shift patterns the last couple of weeks. So basically I think maybe I had 2 days off and then I worked 6 days. And then I had 2 more days off. And then I worked 7 days, which I've just done. And I had 2 more days off. And now I'm working another 7 days, and then I get 4 days off. Now I've just told you I only work 5 days a week. But it's part of the shift pattern, part of the rota. And obviously on those days, am I just doing 8-hour days? No, I'm not. Maybe there's a few of them are. But I'm doing up to 11 hours a day. And obviously the maximum you can drive a bus is 10 hours. Now obviously some bus drivers want to work, 6 or 7 days a week, and that's fine. It's, some people have a lot of bills to pay. And they can work up to 70 hours a week. Maximum is 13 days and you have 24-hour rest period. But I only work 5 days a week, and you can see, working, a pattern of 6 days, 2 off, 7, 2 off, 7, and then I get 4 off because I have a long weekend at the end of it, which is nice. It's nice to have a long weekend, which is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You get 4 days off, and that's every 5 weeks. But I am concerned for bus driver conditions. I know it says here in this article, obviously it says that the driver blacked out, Now, I know if I've ever eaten some food on my lunch break and I go back to work, I can feel a little bit tired. I know, example, when you have a Sunday roast meal and you fall asleep watching the television, obviously your body's trying to digest the food and you can feel a little bit tired and a bit sleepy and fall asleep on the sofa or whatever, But you don't fall asleep on a bus. No. Oh, no way. Do not fall asleep on a bus. You've got up to 90 people on the bus. A lot of responsibility. That's right, I'm responsible for 62 people seated, standing 25 and 1 wheelchair space. Like I said, it's a very responsible job. It's a big vehicle that you're driving. I mean, look at the size of the thing. It's a lot bigger than a car, It's a big thing. A bus is a very large vehicle to drive. So I am hoping that bus driver conditions are always improving, because we can't have bus drivers falling asleep at the wheel. It's important that you get a good night's rest after every shift. I know you can be working shifts, you go from sometimes earlys, middles, lates, Obviously you can choose if you want to just do earlys all the time, or if you want to do lates, But I think for me personally, the hours that I do work long hours for the 5 days, because I do 38 to 48 hours, over 5 days, and I would prefer to do 35 hours, bit like what the tube drivers do, 35 hours a week. And obviously with tube drivers, they open and close the doors. That's what they do. They open and they close the doors. That's what tube drivers do. Now obviously they have many doors to open and close. But it just concerns me, that bus drivers have a lot of responsibility. We're driving, we're looking in our mirrors, cyclists come all sides of the bus. That's right, you've got to check your mirror, you've got to keep looking in them mirrors. Always be checking your offside mirror and your near side. And you've got your interior mirror as well, the interior mirror. Because obviously you've got all your passengers on 2 decks to look out for. And you've obviously got the radio, iBus calling you, Passengers wanting to get on and off the bus. Oh, I forgot to press the bell, driver. All these stresses you have to deal with. Passengers getting on saying, how do I get to here? I need to go to there. I don't know, you need to plan your journey. There's no tourist information places anymore. That's why they just obviously are always asking the drivers, where do I go? Because they don't know. We have a lot of responsibility. And things like this shouldn't be happening. A big bus like that, a 13-ton vehicle, should not be crashing into shops. But I'm just hoping that bus driver conditions do improve. It would be nice to have a situation where drivers can do 35 hours a week, that's it. And then others can do 40 or 45, 50, 60, 70, have a choice. We should all be able to choose what hours we can work. That would be good. And then if drivers can tailor, if the shifts can be tailored to the drivers, I think things will improve, But I'm just hoping that things like this do not happen again. So don't let this spoil your day, everyone. Have a fantastic day, but let's hope bus driver conditions improve and we can all travel safely in a bus. Bye bye, and see you all later. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe, and leave a comment in the section below. I'd like to hear your views as well. Have a lovely day, everyone. Bye bye.